Let's have a conversation about sticker shock when it comes to remodeling. So, I just met with a client last week who has a very small bathroom. They want to replace a very small shower. It is currently a tiled shower with a synthetic pan, and it has a very low ceiling on it. Like, I'm 5'10", and if I stand in there, the ceiling's right about here. It's really tight. And so they want to pull that shower out. They would like to raise the ceiling, put a light in, retile the whole thing, put a new glass door in, and that's it. We're not changing the footprint. We're not doing anything, that would seem to be really crazy. And they just had it in their mind that this project should cost no more than $5,000. And although I told them, hey, you know what? That might not be a realistic budget, they just didn't want to hear it. And they were so convinced that, anything over $5,000 would just be highway robbery, that they could not get their mind around the fact that costs have gone up substantially since the last time they had any real work done on their house, which was well before COVID. And that the key to bathrooms and kitchens too, really, what can make them so expensive is that we have to have so many of the trades with their hands on. You have plumbing, electrical, tile work, flooring, and often once we get in there and tear things out, we find that there has been water damage, leaking, things like that that now have to be addressed. And in fact, in this particular case, it was obvious that there was going to be some water damage behind the walls because some of the grout had completely cracked out in the shower and you could see that water was getting behind it. So how do we go about pricing out a job like this, and how do we come up with the final number? So the first thing that we have to do is we have to take a thorough look at the current bathroom. We need to go ahead and measure everything out, and your measurements have to be pretty precise. Then we come back and we do an actual drawing on the CAD system and get what's called an as-built plan of that bathroom. This is what the bathroom currently looks like. From there, we work with the clients and start going over the wish list. What kind of shower do you want? What kind of toilet do you want? Do you want to change this vanity? Do you want to go from a single vanity to a double vanity? What kind of flooring do you want? Are we going to paint? Are we going to do sheetrock? What's your current plumbing look like? Do we have to move electrical outlets? All of those things come into play. Once we get the design layout done, then we start with the design materials. We start picking out the actual material. And there can be a big difference from tile to tile, faucet to faucet, things of that nature. So your price can really vary a lot here. That's one of the reasons why I never like to give a square foot price, even whenever we do a ground up build. Everybody always wants to know, what's it going to cost per square foot? I can't give you an honest answer on that because there are so many different variances. So back to this particular shower. I'm just going to give you a brief breakdown on what the costs look like on that and why we could not get it done for $5,000 or under. So first of all, we have the demo. We have to take out the old shower. It is tile. And because we are not doing a full bathroom remodel, we need to take that out carefully so we don't mess up the surrounding surfaces and then have to go back and do even extra work. Once we pull that old shower out, we are definitely going to have to address some issues. And so we have an allowance in there for that. In this case, we allowed $500 for, rotten framing or things like that we might have to address. If we don't actually have to address those issues, then that money stays with the client. They don't pay for things that they don't have done. Once we have everything gutted and we've addressed any issues, usually we have the plumber come in. He's going to have to put a new valve in, and he's going to have to raise that shower head. The shower head's always too low. Usually they're at like 6 feet. And if you are 6 feet tall, that's way low. So we usually put them up around 7 feet. So the new plumbing goes in, and then any wiring that we need to run behind those walls, in this case, like I said, we're going to add a light up in the ceiling, that needs to go in. Once that's done, the tile setter comes in and he puts in the waterproofing system. In our case, we use the Schluter system because we know that it stands the test of time. And, we want to make sure that any shower that we put in, because they do cost so much, it's going to last and you're not going to have any problems with it. So he'll come in, he'll put in the Schluter system, and we usually do a full tile pan. We don't do the synthetic pans if we're going to do tile walls. So the plumber will have already adjusted for, our drain, and our tile guy goes ahead and gets the pan set, gets all the system set, and then installs the tile. In this particular shower, we are not going to retile the ceiling. So that will be green board up there. It will be textured and painted because it is an 8-foot ceiling. It's well above the water level. And the new light fixture will be put in. The shower will be grouted, and then we have to add a door back on. In this case, we're going to go with a 24-inch opening, plain glass, frameless shower door. So no frame around it. And that's about it. We have a little bit of finish work to do. We have to put the trim kit on. I forgot to mention that this shower also will have a niche in the back. It's got a 20-inch by 20-inch niche. And then the exterior tile that comes to the edge of the door will have Schluter trim around it. So again, we have the demo. Anything that is torn out has to be taken here where we are to the dump. There is a dump fee. So we have the demo, we have the disposal fee, then we have the reframing and fixing any issues. We have the new ceiling, so we do have some green board work that needs to be done. Then we have the tile setter coming in and doing all of his tile work. His price does not include the cost of the tile. So in this case, the client had picked out a lovely tile and a beautiful stone for the pan. Then we have our final finish work, which is putting the trim kit on the shower and making everything look really pretty. We have to have post-construction cleaning where they come in and clean everything really well. And then of course, as the GC, I have to make a little bit of money on it too. So as you can see, we are well over $5,000 for this shower. We have, I would say, 5 to 8 really good quality installers here. I mean, really good quality that you're not going to have to worry about any issues. And they're all priced within a couple $100s of each other. We don't have any super discounters here in the quality area. Now you can get some folks who are just starting out, or some folks who, they do this as a side job or hobby or whatever. And you're probably going to find some lower prices. Handymen love showers because they can mark them way up, but you got to make sure that whoever you hire to do it actually knows what they're doing, or it's going to cost you a lot more in the long run. We have had to go back in and fix a lot of things that were done incorrectly the first time because the client was trying to save money and they end up spending 2 or 3 times the amount. All of that being said, this is why things cost so much. And I understand the sticker shock. I understand this client's sticker shock when he was over $8,000 for, if you saw this shower in person, it's tiny. Your first thought probably is, you've got to be kidding me. And I personally am going through the same thing myself. We bought a new house back in December. We are in process of remodeling. We thought we would be able to do the work we wanted to do for $15,000 to $20,000. We're at well over $35,000 and probably still have another $10,000 to put into it. Everything is just expensive. And remember, for me, that's all it costs. I don't mark myself up on that. So I do understand how crazy high things seem, but I want to leave you with this. Work that you do on your home is an investment. It's an investment just like if you were putting money in the market, if you were, buying gold. Anything that you do to your home to improve its value is a long-term investment. So I don't think you should be afraid to invest in your home, but you do need to be realistic about it. So you should have a budget in mind. You should work with a quality contractor who is going to help you with your design process, help you pick out your finishes, help you come in as close as possible to that budget. You should have a contingency of 10 to 20% because you probably are going to run into some issues, especially if you have an older home or an older bathroom. And you should be mentally prepared that it's probably going to cost a lot more than you think it's going to cost. So that's what I've got for you today. If you would like our help with a shower, a bath, a kitchen, full remodel, addition, please feel free to reach out to us. I will leave all of our contact info down there in the bottom. If you would like our help, we are here for you. If you have questions, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. If you would like an in-home consultation or you need more direct help, please visit our website. And we always look forward to hearing from you, and we really look forward to working with you.